More than half of American renters who want to buy a home fear they will never be able to afford one. This is according to CNN reporter Matt Egan. Matt wrote on Monday, the dream of home ownership feels out of reach for many American families. The vast majority, nearly 86% of the current renters in the United States, say they would like to buy a home, but they can't afford one. The poll also found that many think it is unlikely they ever will. Now, most news outlets, and of course our politicians, only want to blame rising home prices instead of looking at the root cause. Now, mortgage rates, government regulations, and taxes are all the root causes and government responsibilities. Yes, mortgage rates increased over the last 3 years, and they have been a huge factor. And because of inflation, the federal government, spending like drunken sailors, have increased the mortgage rates. But previous rates had been historically low. Today's rates are really the average over the last 30 years. Now let's take a look at local, state, and federal regulations. On average, regulations imposed by the government at all levels account for 15.3% of the final price of a new single-family home built in Florida. Today, that Florida home is averaging about $399,000. 15% of that is about $61,000. What about taxes? In Florida, and specifically Hillsborough County, taxes in the form of permits, hookup, and impact fees account for about 8.7%. Again, on the average home of $399,000, that equals about $35,000 in taxes. Now let's add it all together. Before you can move into your new home, you will pay the government nearly $96,000 in taxes and regulations. And oh yeah, each year you will pay the government an additional $3,800 in property taxes for that $399,000 home. Not surprisingly, home ownership seems impossible, according to one father that participated in the poll. He said, "At first, I wonder if I was a failure as a father or husband because I cannot get my kids a lawn to play on. It has taken a lot of soul searching to understand this is not my fault. It is the fault of a poorly planned system." Well, I ask, is it really a poorly planned system, or is the government out of control? Remember, on average, a new home in Florida sells for about $399,000. If you take away the government regulations and taxes and such of $96,000, that home is $303,000. You might think government needs $96,000 to improve services and infrastructure. Well, with the average annual property tax of $3,800, and let us say it's in a 100-home neighborhood, that equals $380,000 per year forever. And the government can bond, meaning they can borrow against those taxes to improve our services and infrastructure. How can we bring down the cost of homeownership, bring back the American dream? Reduce the heavy-handed government regulations and taxes. Thank you for watching.